Leave it to the toys you played with while growing up to be the ones to deliver the best DC movie in the past half decade, mainly because it fully understands all of Batman, to the point that producer Chris Miller even called it a 90-minute Easter egg, which means that there's definitely stuff that won't be revealed until the Blu-ray comes out.
And how many storylines do we do that aren't even in the film?
Yeah, Batman's a secret Canadian.
Yeah, that was a big one.
Wait, can I hear a little bit more about
Batman dislikes Jared Leto.
Yeah, Batman just likes Jared Leto.
That's a big one.
You're gonna see some stuff on the.
You'll see some stuff on the Blu-ray.
Yeah, there's gonna be some stuff on the Blu-ray.
But in the meantime, there's a bunch of things to still look out for the multiple times you go and watch it, because they're already banking on you watching it multiple times. So spoilers for the Lego Batman movie, which you should definitely go watch. Now, early on, we got glimpses on the different types of Batmobiles and Batsuits that seem to cover every single comic, movie, and TV show incarnation of Batman, and they kinda do. It's like someone bought out all those video game skins you never would, grabbed their credit card and just swiped away. And for me, Batsuits-wise, the standouts would be the Murcielago suit, which literally means bat in Spanish and is all mariachi'd out, what would be Wahlberg's favorite Batsuit, and the Comic-Con exclusive one, which is pretty much just making fun of all those expensive variants that are released and how really only someone as rich as Batman would be able to collect them all. In terms of the cars, it was cool to see a garage pay homage to George Barris, who designed the OG 60s car, and then also having Chevy be Batman's car sponsor since he's already starring in their commercials. The main reason there's so much detail in this movie is because director Chris McKay is a true tatted up comics fan who even voices one of the pilots in the beginning of the movie. And since he has so much knowledge, the man just straight up packs it all into this movie.
I've seen you go through similar phases in 2016 and 2012 and 2008 and 2005 and 1997 and 1995 and 1992 and 1989 and that weird one in 1966.
I have aged phenomenally.
So let's start with the 60s. Besides the hilarious callback to the bomb scene, we of course get the infamous shark repellent, which actually helps fight off a more evil Bruce later on in the movie. The kapows from the 60s show up out of nowhere like they usually do. The famous dinosaur trophy is hidden way back in the Batcave, and Robin even goes full Burt Ward as he says, "Holy family photo, Batman," just like the 60s Robin would. And they straight up call out the gadget belt as well, and how ridiculous it is, to the point that it can comfortably hide kryptonite swords like nothing. But McKay truly shows his geekiness with the 60s by having a billboard in the background randomly for the Flips, a teen band used in a 60s Teen Titans storyline. He even brings back an old Batman villain named Egghead that pretty much no one remembers, a true Easter egg if there ever was one. Moving on to the 70s and 80s, we actually get a bit of Superman in this Batman movie by seeing old school General Zod and the Fortress of Solitude with the classic Superman theme as its doorbell. Inside, the entire Justice League, from characters everyone knows to heroes like the Wonder Twins, Wonder Dog DJing in the background, Apache Chief, and Samurai, just to show you how lost Batman's invitation was. They're also celebrating their 57th anniversary, considering they all met up for the first time back in 1960. In the city, we see a Ferris aircraft billboard, which one, is where Hal Jordan, aka Green Lantern's dad, worked, and two, it plays on the phrase, "Is it a bird? Is it a plane?" Yep, it's a plane. There's a bunch of other billboards as well, such as Zesty's Cola, which is Robin's go-to drink. Mobsters like Salvatore Maroni and his father Luigi also have restaurants all around the city. Big Belly Burgers, which is practically the McDonald's of the DCU, is devoured by the GCPD. There's a LexCorp building at one point, Penguin's Iceberg Lounge, a callback to the infamous Killing Joke amusement park, and since it came out in the same decade, check out that Chinatown poster, which subliminally is also an advertisement for the upcoming Ninjago movie. On to the 90s, we get callbacks to That Parade with the Prince music, where Joker failed to get Batman in the 1989 movie. Citizens shoot up fireworks that spell, as well as holding up signs that read "Batman Forever," and there's even a callback to this line.
Now you want to get nuts? Come on, let's get nuts.
What McKay does that's really cool as well is how he has double references for characters. For example, Robin looks like Carrie Kelly, but is actually Dick Grayson. Bane looks like the Hispanic comic version, but he sounds like Hardy's asthma-induced version. The mutant leader from The Dark Knight Returns appears, but he actually has a shirt. And the best one of all for me would be seeing Billy D. Williams, who played Harvey Dent in 1989, but never really became Two-Face, finally getting 2 lines as the villain, yet he's dressed up as the Tommy Lee Jones version. In terms of the 2000s, aka when the best trilogy happened, we see Batman do random push-ups while Alfred tries to give him a speech, just like he did in Batman Begins. There's another mention to when Joker failed during that time with the 2 boats from The Dark Knight, how he spends time with Russian ballerinas and active wear models, and while Robin's Nightwing transformation did happen many decades prior, it's good to see him finally don that suit, considering he just went up an elevator at the end of Rises. Now, to the present state of superhero movies and the current DCEU, obviously the Iron Man sucks password is alluding to how they both share similar rich kids who lose their parents and then become superheroes origin. But McKay also throws shade at DC themselves by having Batman comments on how dumb of an idea it would be to have villains fight other villains. There's even a point where Killer Croc installs a bomb and happily exclaims that he finally did something, since, yeah, that's something he hasn't done in a movie before. The Barbara Gordon crush thing is also played around with, even though we all know there's a huge Woody Allen-like age difference there, but they say in the movie that it's just platonic, which is better than what the new Killing Joke movie did. The movies also build on the LEGO universe itself, Batman being a master builder, which was covered in the first one. There's the Neil deGrasse Lego dude looking man who explains how flimsy the surface is, alluding to how, well, the entire world is built upon tables. Joker even mentions the infinite abyss of nothingness, which, as we know from the first, is just the edge of the table, and if you bring your magnifying glass to the theater, you'll even be able to see that there are faint fingerprints on the Lego pieces. Looking at the crossover enemies, there was Lord Voldemort, who, funny enough, Ralph Fiennes, who plays him in the movies, was voicing Alfred. The Gremlins, who also get a callback to their pre-movie origin of being creatures that ruined aircrafts, which they do to the Batwing, and a bunch of other Warner Bros. And Universal villains like The Matrix's Agent Smith, the Wicked Witch of the West and her monkeys, the Doctor Who robots, Godzilla and King Kong, Medusa, Dracula, the Mummy, Sauron, the Velociraptors from Jurassic Park, the creature from the Black Lagoon, and Bruce, the Jaws shark who gets got by the shark repellent. To round it all up, the airplane in the beginning was marked MacGuffin Airlines, which is a callback to the film term where a plot device pushes the story, but really means nothing. There was a jab to its box office competition by having 2 Shades of Grey playing at the Gotham Theater, since that's all Batman suits need, and the exploitation of rom-coms and the Joker and Batman's relationship, the main movie reference being one that has a very, very familiar line.
You complete me.
You complete me.
And together, they tend to make bank. Thank you guys for checking out this video. Curious to know what your favorite Easter egg was. Let me know down below in the comment section, as well as what your favorite LEGO movie is thus far. With Ninjago coming out in the future, we only got 2 to look at, and so far, as much as I did love the Batman LEGO movie, I have to say that nothing beats the first one so far. Definitely let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, what your favorite part of the movie was, as well as anything else dealing with movies down below. So keep on watching movies, and until next time, I'll see you guys later.